Good afternoon, everyone, or almost afternoon. I'm quickly trying to pick a lot of greens, some for my shakes, some I'm gonna freeze, and some of course I'm gonna use in salads. And yes, you can freeze greens. Of course, you can't make a salad with it when you take it out, but it works really well in smoothies. So if I have anything left over, and it's something that I would suggest if you're buying greens in the grocery store and they are getting close to their past due date, rather than get rid of it, just freeze it. And all you have to do is just rinse it off, put it in a plastic Ziploc bag, dry it up a little bit with paper towels or dishcloth, clean dishcloth, and throw it in the freezer. And you'd be surprised at the how nice it keeps in the freezer. No blanching required, it's really easy. And I do, of course, always recommend greens, especially because they're heavily sprayed with pesticides and herbicides, that you buy organic. So if you're buying organic greens, you don't want to waste them. So that's just a little tip. I want to talk today, even though I'm picking arugula, spinach, Swiss chard, probably some bok choy as well, and kale, of course, to go in my smoothie. And I mix all of those up in greens, salads, and a variety of things. I might put it in spinach, I might put it in an omelet, in soups, stir fries. There's lots of ways of using greens. But I want to talk about spinach because spinach, you know, we hear about it being a powerhouse of nutrients, and I guess that's why Popeye always ate it all the time and then would have these big muscles. And it's actually not a lie. It is very good for muscle because it has lots of magnesium and other vitamins that support bone and muscle and nerves and a whole bunch of other things. It also is very high in calcium, in iron, very high in fiber, low calorie, has protein in it. Who knew? Lots of vegetables have protein. But spinach also has a dark side. It's very high in oxalates, as is Swiss chard. And what oxalates do is calcium binds to it. So even though spinach is very high in calcium, because it also has oxalates, your body won't absorb as much of the calcium. So that's just something that you need to know. You also need to know that if you are prone to kidney stones, too much food of any kind that is high in oxalates will produce more kidney stones because it's binding to the calcium, and the calcium is what creates the kidney stones. So my motto is always rotation, rotation, rotation. So if you have lots of greens, either rotate what you're eating or just have a little bit of everything instead of having just a whole pile of spinach or a whole pile of arugula or Swiss chard. Or so, for example, spinach I might have with arugula because arugula is not high in oxalates. I might have Swiss chard with bok choy or or kale, because kale is not high in oxalates. So I always like to rotate and try and have different things in my shakes, and that seems to work quite well for me. So just keep that in mind. Oxalates are not something you want to avoid completely because you'd be avoiding a lot of foods if you had to do that. You just want to be aware. So I'm going to get back to my picking. It's getting really hot, so I want to do this before it gets too hot. You have yourself a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. They're calling for more rain, which my garden needs, I guess, but it's nice to be out in the sun. Have a great day.